Hey guys, welcome to the video. Just a quick recap of mine and Joe's provincial prep. So my prep has actually been going very well so far. I pretty much went first meet, 4 weeks of prep for the next meet, and then right when I finished that meet I was right into provincial prep. So I've not really had any off season yet since my first meet. So I've just been kind of going. But what's nice about that is I've always had that short-term motivation to work towards, which is really nice to have, I find. I am excited to have an off season afterwards. I'm going to be changing a couple things about my lifts, but I am enjoying having that constant motivation short term, so that's been good for me. Weights have been going up really well. My second week actually I hit a 275 squat for 10, which is like, I'm very happy about. I've never really been good in high volume with the heavy weights, but I was able to get that one done and I was really happy about that. And then I followed that by 10 by 3, so definitely a hard workout, but I was happy I was able to get it done. For my squat and my deadlift, I'm finally training in the 300s for the first time ever, which is really, it's a lot of motivation for me. It's good to see that number on a sheet of paper. It's good to see that number on the bar and be able to hit it for reps. And it's just, it really shows myself that I'm improving, and it's a good milestone to be hitting, to be training in the 300s, and it feels really good to do. Yeah, for example, first day of week 4, which was today, I hit 305 for a triple on my third working set, which went pretty well, and I'm just happy to be hitting over 300 for volume, so it's nice to be doing. So on the last day of week 3, I actually did 300 on the deadlift for 2 sets. First set I hit 4, second set I hit 3, which is kind of interesting that it's so close to how my squat is right now, but I'm still happy to just be hitting over 300 for reps. I remember before, I was, especially after a heavy squat session, I would never be able to hit like heavy deadlifts at all, anywhere close to like high percentages. So I'm really happy I've been able to do that lately. So my bench has been feeling good, nothing too extraordinary, but I've been training over 200. I've been training in the 210s and 215s for reps, so it's definitely going, and I'm not struggling too hard with those weights, which is nice to see. I'm going to be on week 5, I'm going to be hitting 220 for 1 to 4 reps, so I'm hoping I can hit that 3 to 4 reps-ish, in that range. To put in perspective, my last meet was 6 weeks before Provincial, so like, I can't expect too much to come out of this prep, but like, I do see improvements coming, so that's nice to see.
So I started off the week with squats and bench. My squats have been feeling decently okay, not that great. They move well, but they never feel well. I'm having a lot of issues with my lower body right now. I'm feeling beat up. I haven't rested very much, and for those of you who don't know, I'm running Lane Norton's PH3 right now, and the volume is always super high. Now for the bench, this is actually the area that's been causing me a lot of trouble. For the last about 5 weeks, I actually haven't benched, period. I have not been benching. I've tried to bench even 95 pounds at one point, and I hurt my shoulder even more. So I don't know what it was. I think it's a rotator cuff injury. I've been doing some exercises with dumbbells and cables to help, to try to rehab it. I'm benching pretty light for about a week now, and so yeah, I went in today and I worked up to a nice single. I was thinking like 185 maybe, hit 225, so 225 pounds, and that actually moved okay. Like my butt might have came off a little bit, but which actually is weird because that's not usually an issue for me, but I guess that happened. Deadlift, everything's moving fantastic, everything's looking really good. Been hitting about 435 pounds for doubles. I hit that early in the week, and also I happened to have hit a 500-pound deadlift. I hit a 500-pound deadlift about 2 weeks ago, and that fired me up. That got me so fired up. It made my training better, but I really needed that session to motivate me. If I'm being honest with you guys, I've lost a lot of motivation recently, like with the summer and since my first meet essentially, like maybe about a couple weeks after that, I've lost some serious motivation. I've just been coming in, getting my workouts done, and not really being super into it. And lately, like since about that 500 pull, I've been super into it, super into my training, and I can really see just my results go up so much as I'm, my passion's coming back for training for powerlifting. And I think it's important to realize that all year round, you're not always going to be super motivated, you're not always going to be super into the sport or whatever passion you're doing. You're going to have times where you fall off, you're going to have times where it's not the most important thing in your life. You're going to have other things going on. So I just think it's important to maybe, you know, get some of your programming in, get some time in the gym. Don't just cut it out completely, but understand that it's not always going to be perfect. Your training's not always going to be, you're not always going to have linear progression. You're going to have gaps, and you're going to, you know, you're going to have times where it doesn't always go up, your lifts aren't always going well. The important thing to remember is that there's a trend in that progression. Over time, you are progressing, you're slowly progressing, and that's what's important. So yeah guys, that's all for this week. We'll catch you next week for another update. I think we're about 3 weeks out. Yeah, hope you like the video, subscribe if you like the content, and thanks for watching.